valuable resource, your time. It's more valuable than money. You can get your money back. You'll never get your time back. And to sit there and to spend all that time being indoctrinated by Jewish sympathy movies, and let me show you how you act when 9/11 goes down. Watch Under Siege with what's his name, the fucking bald-headed actor that was married to Demi Moore. Yeah, watch these movies and learn how you are to act when you see it go down. Yeah. Nah. You have to get past all that. But yeah, if you have any other things you want to talk about, man, I was going to get ready to wrap up the Iconoclast radio show fairly soon. I think we got some issues out the way, and I think it's going to really help us to move forward.
Well, as far as the movies go, I just to touch on that, what's going on in my life in terms of entertainment and R&R is that it's very difficult to watch a movie without seeing, once again, the blatant propaganda. Just do this, is pay attention to how many times, out of the next 5 movies you watch, how many of them mention something about Hitler or the Nazis, and even if it doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with the period. I mean, just you're watching some comedy thing, and boom, they got to insert some joke about Hitler or Nazis or something, or someone just so much as call somebody, oh, this guy's a Nazi. They have to keep that fresh in your mind, or even Jewishness fresh in your mind, to make it seem like by constantly having this Jewishness, it just becomes this, oh, Jewish people, they're just regular people, they're funny people, and they're just, whatever, just Jewish people. And, that Jewishness thing pops up. Why does it always have to be this Jewishness thing? You watch The Big Lebowski, and it's nothing to do with being Jewish, but for some strange reason, John Goodman's character happens to be a convert to Judaism in the movie. They just had to insert that. Why did they have to insert that in the movie? Why is that relevant to anything? Because they have to keep that fresh in your mind. Jews, Nazis, Jews, persecuted, boom, boom, boom. And also look at how they portray the different races and how you're being manipulated. European people are a great people. African people are great people. The word great can be applied to every people on this planet except for the Jews.
Ain't that the truth?
Just think about how are you being overinflated, or are you seeing how they are making other races seem inferior, or they're criminal or whatever, and think about how those things will, if you are not of that particular race, for instance, if you see a movie that is portraying Mexicans in a certain kind of way, think about how it would affect you if you were Mexican, and how it's growing up being whether you're a little person or a teenager or whatever the case is, or even a full-grown man or woman, watching this and seeing your people portrayed in a particular way. How is it going to affect your behavior, your self-esteem? People with lower self-esteem and a lower self-image are going to act much, much differently than those with a higher self-image. So, if you look at what they do to African people, ask, why are African, quote, black people, I say African people, and men, they don't, what's up with all this violence? blah, 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 blah. But if you were to actually see from the vantage point of an African person what is being done to them by the Jew, by the propaganda, by the constant thing these constant things which are saying, you are inferior, you are stupid, you are a criminal, you are supposed to be an idiot, you are supposed to be somebody's bitch. I mean, look at how many times you watch a movie with an African actor and he has to put on a dress, or he's getting fucked in the ass, like that goddamn kike who made Pulp Fiction, you know, and of course Ving Rhames, who is nothing but an Uncle Tom, you know, bends over in the movie, and you know, these kinds of things. This is the programming. And so,
why would you want to do that? You know, why would you even want to produce a movie to have that scene in there? You know?
Right. I mean, why? Yeah. Why does it have to? And why does it have to? Even if it was, yeah. I mean, you know, you could have a scene in which something bad was really done to that character. Okay, and Bruce Willis comes to his rescue. Okay, even if it was, you could imply that something sexual was done, but you really, why was it necessary to literally show the man getting sodomized? And think about what that does if you are constantly seeing that as an African person. How are you being manipulated as an African person? And how are you being manipulated as a European person? You know, this is really the cornerstone of their control, is how they distract us with the fighting each other. I mean, the Christians and the Muslims are always so idiotically ready to fight each other for the Jew. All the Jew has to say is, you know what, you guys need to fight. And then the stupid Muslims and the stupid Christians go, yeah, we do. You know, and that's really what it is. But it's the same thing with, it's not just religion. It's the same thing with the sexes, the male and female. It's the same thing with the races. It's with anything. Well, the Jew just says, fight. And then let's get it on. And then suddenly it's, the woman is now a feminist, and the man is now a fucking, well, he's just really just a pussy. You know, this kind of thing. So yeah, I've for a while there, I was really just trying to get away, and I was picking out a lot of different movies and just relax. But now I'm back to just avoiding them again, because I got sick of looking at all this propaganda that they're shoving down our throat. I think the only real release, the escape, you know, the safest place that you can go as far as entertainment is concerned, is fantasy, medieval fantasy films, such as, you know, The Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, because in those films they're not going to mention Hitler. You know. Yeah,
that is true. And you know, another thing I'm getting sick and tired of, man, and you know, first of all, as you know, that there are many people that are wheeled in front of you on that television screen that are Jewish, but they've changed their last name so you're not aware of it. And one of them is them, well, a pile of them are them ones on that Daily Show, where that is another thing that they're doing, is taking very serious issues where people are being blown up and families being ripped apart and people are being whiskey-peated and everything else, and making a joke out of it. So in turn, well, it was funny. It can't be that important. You see, this kind of conditioning on a mass scale through the television, thinking everything that is very serious. Politics is not a joke. Politics incorporate every aspect of your life. You're living, you're breathing, wherever you go, politics is a part of it. So when I hear these fucking idiots say,